Welcome to EDAD 504, Organizational Leadership and Development B. In this course, we're going to be applying organizational theory and leadership studies to educational management and operations with a focus on sustaining transformational schools. So the great thing about this class is there's going to be a praxis. And what that means is going to be a connection or even intersection between theory and the content that we're learning. We're going to learn how to develop powerful learning communities and to maximize the resources that we have, and then creating a process that allows the democratization of the process of schooling. So let me go ahead and begin by sharing the big 7 for this course. 7 big components to this course. This is assignment number 1. Yes, our vlogs where you've been using your PV legs, poise, voice, life, eye contact, gesture, speed. As educational leaders, we're constantly using our public voice, and so you are developing it in such a powerful way. And then, of course, the responses. So bi-weekly vlogs, and then feedback on the weeks we're not doing vlogs. As we do the vlogs, we'll be reading through a text by Karen Hunter-Quartz and Anne-Marie Francois, Preparing and Sustaining Social Justice, and including other articles that are on Canvas. I'm also going to align many of the assignments to the vlogs itself. So if you create an assignment, the vlog doesn't have to necessarily be only on the reading, but it can also be a description of your assignment. In fact, what I intend to do is, as I'm looking at your assignment, I want to be listening to your vlog at the same time. So I'll have your assignment on the left-hand side, and I'll probably be listening to the vlog on the right-hand side as I'm reviewing your assignment. So here are the rest of the assignments, remaining 6 now. Assignment number 2 is a job description and analysis, which is about 2 to 4 pages in length. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be comparing 2 different job descriptions for a district or leadership position. What I'd like you to do is to choose a job that you're gunning for in the near future. So think about that and look at the job descriptions. It could be in your district, it could be out of your districts, and then ask yourself a variety of the questions, including what kinds of knowledge is required in these positions according to the job descriptions and skills. And in your opinion, do these postings also discuss leadership versus supervision, management, administration? And if so, what context is it discussed? And then would you say there's language, or would you add language to unequivocally represent the social justice that we have been really honing in on in this class? And if there's anything that you think would be important to add to the job posting if you were the one to write that job description. Assignment number 3 is an educational governance report. So as you know, this past summer, I had a chance to attend CSBA's governance course, Masters in Governance course. So glad to bring that to the table. And you will also have the chance to learn more about governance, because although you are an educational leader, you work in the midst of a governance team. We do this work together. So what you're going to do is you're going to see educational governance in action as you apply organizational theory to real life situations. So you're going to be actually attending a board meeting, a board of education meeting. So that will be one of your meetings. So you could choose whichever district you would like to attend to get some experience on that. And then also another advisor group. This could be an ELAC committee or school site council meeting. I know for myself, I'm part of a school governance council. They call it school leadership team. It could be one that you're a part of or one that you want to be a part of. Your choice, but you'll be submitting a 2 to 3 page report on the setting, the people and roles, proceedings, reflecting upon the experience. That's assignment number 3. And once again, the vlogs will be in conjunction with also the assignments as well. This is assignment number 4 of the big 7. It's looking at evaluations. So I know we've been evaluated as educators. What if you were in the position to evaluate others? So as the educational leader, you were in a position to evaluate teachers, counselors, other personnel. So it's going to be an evaluation analysis, a 5 to 7 page paper. You're going to be reviewing the professional contract, the job description of that particular role. And you're going to either be conducting a mock observation, or you're going to actually be shadowing a real evaluation. Now, if you do so, then please, of course, you're going to have all the permissions in place if that's the case. And then afterwards, if you could interview the stakeholders about the evaluation process. There's a lot to learn about the evaluation process. And then of course, afterwards in your paper, you're going to provide your introduction, background, observation experience, interview findings, conclusion, recommendations, and so forth. Whatever the process is, how can it be even better? And if you were that person, how would you make it even better? Assignment number 5 out of 7 is school plan and budget process. It's a 5 to 7 page paper. And so what you're going to want to do is to review student data and as it relates to improving student achievement with a focus, especially coming from our EDAD courses, on just, equitable, and inclusive education. So you're going to be working with your mentor to then create ideas which you're going to be sharing as the final document. The final document will simulate a small-scale school plan for student achievement, where you're of course integrating the data, goals, action, and resources. And some of that work could connect to student achievement, teacher development, parent involvement, budget inventory. These are all things, gathering community input. These are all things that you would do in a school plan. So it's kind of like a mini school plan. In fact, perhaps it could be connected with your actual school plan as well. I'd be open to that. And then assignment number 6 will be preparing to lead ePortfolio. And this will be in conjunction with the EDAD 567 course. And I think you're going to really value this because it's going to be very reflective of your experience here in our program. You're going to be asking questions like, hey, what are your strengths? What are your leadership strengths? What is your attitude toward change? How would you embed just, equitable, and inclusive educational philosophy into your actions? How will you discern best practice? How will you utilize data to inform decision-making that advances student learning? How will you develop a learning community for all your stakeholder groups by incorporating research experiences that will form your approach? Why should you be selected for an administrative position? And this is, I think, a great question, and one, by the way, that I regularly ask at the end of an interview. After your first year in an administrative position, what words would teacher, students, family use to describe you? So you can see that all these assignments, super practical for your work. And so you're really seeing the praxis, right? Not just theory, but theory connecting with practice, bringing that praxis together. And then finally, assignment number 7 out of 7 will be the mentor logs, as we've been doing. So getting guidance throughout this entire process from your mentor. But in addition to that, choosing a mentor and using that time not just to further and complete this course, but also to build a connection, build a relationship of someone that you respect, someone that you want to be like, someone that you want to learn from. So by the end of this, I hope you'll grow as an educational leader, and not just as an educational leader, but when it comes to educational leadership, you're actually building a team on your campus. So knowing how to build a team, work together as a team, and not only as a site level team with other educators, but as a governance team, including multiple stakeholders. What is it like to evaluate personnel and staff, building not just the leadership capacity of certain individuals, but the organizational capacity as a whole. So moving the whole organization forward, and then utilizing specific things like your site plan and your budget to further the goals that you feel are priority, and then finally a showcasing of your work through the portfolio. Because there are so many papers for this course, what I recommend is starting early so that you do not feel stressed toward the end. Every couple of weeks there's going to be an assignment that's due, so you definitely want to start early, finish early, and then you can move on to the next assignment. In fact, you might want to have all the assignments kind of mapped out, scoped out in advance, because you might be able to start some even earlier, so that as you get to it, you'll be more prepared and ready to deliver. Excited to be your teacher for 504. It's going to be exciting, very practical, very hands-on, very grassroots as we further in this area.